Hi everyone, thanks for joining me today for this yin practice. I want to begin in a comfortable seated position today. So maybe you're cross-legged, legs extended, whatever feels good. As a matter of fact, if you want to lie down or sit up against a wall or in a chair, that's going to work for you as well, as long as you've got a nice long tall spine. Let your arms rest, your shoulders relax. Shut your eyes, and we'll take 3 nice breaths to begin the practice. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. And I want to extend your legs out in front of you. So your feet are pressed right out in front of you. You can have your knees a little bit bent. You can even tuck something in underneath them or sit up on a block or a cushion if you like. Give the shoulders a couple of rolls. Hands can rest next to your hips or on your legs. And I want to start thinking about feet. So maybe point and flex your toes a couple of times. Really, this is more working into the ankle than the feet, but just getting some movement here. Maybe making some circles with your toes, one way and then the other. You can do your wrists and your hands at the same time if you like. If that feels good, might as well work into the fingers and hands at the same time. And then let's come to stillness. And now squish up your toes like you're making a fist. You can do your hands too. And then open them up and try and make space between each toe when you open them up and work into the webbing between the fingers. Then squish and open, making a fist and then spreading wide. Let's just do it a couple more times. Might be waking a few things up in the feet or in the hands. Just working into all those little joints and the spaces between the joints. And for this one, I'm going to let my hands rest. And I want you to push all 4 little toes forward. And then hold your thumb, your big toe, your thumb, back towards your body. Kind of like you're giving a thumbs up with your toes. And then switch it. Big toe forward, little toes back towards your face. Just move back and forth between these a couple of times. And give yourself some thumbs up here too if you want. Or let your hands rest. Kind of got to think about what you're doing here. Helps with the presence on the mat, keeping your mind, bringing your mind to the mat, to your body, to what you're doing. Maybe make everything squish in one more time. You're making a fist with your hand, with your feet, and then open all the way out. Now from here, I want to come to a twisted deer pose. So now we'll be working into the feet and into the hands or into the hips a little bit. So the right shin can come parallel to the front edge of your mat, and the left shin can come parallel to the long edge of your mat. So you've got 2 roughly 90-degree angles in your knees. Some of you the left hip's probably lifted. Some of you may already be feeling a stretch, and you can stay like this. Now, one thing you can do here is turn onto the top of your left foot, and that's getting into the front of the ankle. That's where we're getting into a little bit of a foot stretch there. So you can take that or leave it. Turn your body to face the front of the mat, out over the right leg, and you can just bring your fingertips in front of that right shin. And stay here like this, or you can begin to come down. Now here's where you might want blocks. You can bring blocks or pillows or something like that underneath your forearms or for your forehead to come down onto. If you don't have them or you don't like them, you can stack fists and rest your head, or come all the way down. Now that we're here, this will be like our first real yin pose. I'm gonna stay here, so try and get comfortable. Let the breath come deep and easy. And when you're ready, you can use your hands on the mat. Bring yourself back up to sit. Take a moment, just turn your chest to the right. Maybe bring all 10 fingertips down onto the mat outside your right leg. And roll your right shoulder back. Maybe drop your ear towards the right shoulder. Swing your chin around towards your chest. Drop your ear towards your left shoulder. You can swing back and forth like this a couple of times. Just, I say swing, probably isn't the best word. You're going to use control and be gentle with yourself. And then come back up to center. And let's move the knees side to side like windshield wipers a couple of times. So you can unhook that back leg, those back toes, and just move the legs like windshield wipers. A couple of times. And then eventually, let your knees fall to the left. You'll be facing the back of your mat, but you'll be in deer pose on the other side now. So the left shin's parallel to the back edge of your mat, the right shin's parallel to the long edge of the mat. From here, you can make your way to your forward fold on this side. Oh, and don't forget, if it feels good, put the top of your foot, your right foot down onto the mat so that you're getting a little stretch in the front of the ankle. If that's not comfortable, if it doesn't feel good, and it's going to prevent you from relaxing into the pose, you can just bring the inner arch of the foot down onto the mat. If you're anything like me, the tops of the feet are the tops of my feet are kind of stiff, so it's nice to get a good stretch here. Now from here, I'm just going to come down, hands in front of the left shin. Come down into a forward fold over that left leg. Use any props that you might like. Rest your head, your body. And take it easy with a nice breath. When you're ready, you can come up to sit. Use your hands to support yourself. Take your time as you come up. And now turn your chest to the left. You can bring your fingertips to the mat outside your left thigh. Just getting a little twist here. Let your left ear drop to the left shoulder. Move around. Right ear to the right shoulder. And then you can unwind from this. Maybe you want to move the knees like windshield wipers again. A couple of times. Finish by facing the front of the mat. And we're going to come down onto our backs with the knees pulled into the chest. Give those knees a little hug in. And sway from side to side. Maybe make some circles with your knees. Just feel good. Make it feel good here. And then bring your left foot down onto the mat. Now, this next pose is going to be like step, 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 like lots of steps. So pay attention to the steps and stop where it feels good to stop. So now you're going to take your right foot and bring it to the space between your left heel and your left butt cheek. And the right knee is just going to drop. So you can just see my foot sort of peeking in there. And you might just start to feel a turn of your right, pardon me, of your right thigh bone in your right hip socket. If you're feeling that and it feels good, it feels like an opening, stay. If you want some more, you're going to take your left hand, take the right toes, draw that right heel in closer to your left butt cheek. So now my right knee is sort of pointing towards the front of the mat. I'll lift my left leg just to show you. You can see my right knee there. You might want to stay just like this. If you're looking for more sensation, draw the left knee into the chest, take it with your right hand, and you can pull that left knee in nice and tight. This may change things for you. You might want to stay here like this. Last part of this is turning this into a reclined twist. So the right hand can come to the outside of the left knee and then guide that left knee over to the right. So you're rolling onto the right hip, but the left shoulder blade's going to stay on the mat. So this is a reclined twist with this bind on your right foot. I'll hold on the left leg. You can release the binds if you want to keep the twist, or you can hang on to them. So take any variation of the steps along the way, or you can turn this into a reclined twist, just stacking the left leg over the right and relaxing here. Whatever you choose, try and release any muscular effort. Now to unwind from this, you can release your hands from your foot and your knee. And stack the left knee over the right if it's not there already. And then bring your knees back up to center. Lengthen out your spine. You can wiggle around if you like. Bring your knees into your chest. Maybe make some circles. Just moving around to feel good between the sides. And then we'll bring the right foot down to the mat. The left foot comes between your right heel and your right butt cheek or sits bone. You can see the knee is just sort of hanging down out to the left a little bit, getting a turn in the left hip joint. Now you might feel, I know we often feel this in poses that we do one side and then the other. This pose, it's going to be really enhanced, any differences in this side. So really take notice of that and approach this side with all the same curiosity that you did on the first side. So you can choose to stay here, or have your right hand take those left toes and draw the foot in closer to your right sits bone. You can choose to stay like this, or draw the right knee into the chest, taking that kneecap with your left hand and just drawing it in so you get some compression from the thigh across the front of your body. You can stay here like this, or draw the left hand to the outside of the right knee and draw that right knee over to the left. Right shoulder blade is going to stay on the mat. Bring your gaze to the right if you like. Now when you're ready to come out of this, you can take your hands off your knee and your foot. Bring the right foot over the left, right knee over the left. Swing the knees up towards the center. Now our next pose is Savasana. If you want to take a moment and just move around any way you like, if there's any last movement or shape. I'm just going to take a simple bridge pose. We've been forward folding a lot. I feel like stretching it across the front of my body. Maybe you feel something different. Lower the spine back down onto the mat if you've taken bridge pose. Finish up any other movement that you're interested in. And then make your way into a Savasana pose. Now you can lie flat out on your back if you like for Savasana. Or you can make some changes, adjustments to that. So I'm going to lie on my back with my legs in butterfly because I find that comfortable. If there's something else that works for you, go ahead and do that. Remember, Savasana means that you are in a completely relaxed place. Not so much that you are lying flat out, you can be sitting up. You can lie on your front or your side. What I'm interested in is that you're comfortable enough to let your body fully relax. And it's when you do that the magic really happens from your from your practice. You can let the spaces, the stretches sort of sink in. So let's stay here for a few more moments, and then we can come out of it together. Now, if you are ready to start to move again, you can start with a couple of big breaths. A little stretch it through your fingers and your toes. Maybe you want to move them like we did at the beginning of the practice. If you have more time and you're not ready to begin moving again, feel free to ignore me and stay in Savasana for as long as you have time for. If you're moving, start to stretch it through your arms and your legs. Pull the knees into the chest. One more time to sway and rock. And then from here, you can make your way up to a comfortable seat. You're going to rock up. You can find another way. It's up to you. Big breath in with hands up. As we exhale, thumbs to the third eye. And let's hinge forward. There's our final pose for this practice. I hope you enjoyed this yin practice. I hope you're feeling great. And I will look forward to seeing you all again soon. Namaste.